Hey, welcome back to our YouTube channel,
Fulfill
the Game of Life. If you haven't watched us before, I'm Richard.
And I'm Christy.
And we're new expats in Portugal from the United States. We managed to retire early and we're sharing our adventures with everyone. This is our first road trip in Portugal.
And it's hard to even put into words just how amazing this road trip ended up being.
This is going to be a great video, so let's get ourselves started. The road trip that we went on was to purchase a new car. And I know we've mentioned it a few times. We're really close to closing the deal on the new car, but of course you want to go see the car. And did a lot of online shopping, and we were ready to go see the one we probably were going to make an offer on. But it unfortunately was in Fátima.
Fátima, good.
I'm not sure I say those things right, so I always look at her. So we were messaging the car company, who really suggested that we take a train or a bus, and we kept considering different options, but you know what? We wanted the freedom of the road. We wanted to take our own time. We wanted to go see whatever we wanted to see. So we decided to go down the car rental path. Well, so I did all the car rental research, so she's not going to talk very much here. But I went through multiple onlines, anything that was relatively close here in Lisbon, and you know, compared the prices. I did see a car rental company that was actually tourist rentals was over 100 and something euro a day, which was out of our price range. And the normal companies here were in the 50 euro per day. And I tripped across Hertz, which was an American car rental company that I was very familiar with, and we pulled that up and it showed 34 euro on the screen. So we're like, check, renting a car for 34 euro, this is a great start, let's do it.
So we get there and we didn't anticipate having to get the comprehensive insurance, but we thought it was a good idea to go ahead and do that. So it ended up being around 55 euro. Yeah,
it just, you know, for me, first time driving in the country here, and I usually don't buy comprehensive, but it's like, you know what, let's be smart. Let's just not put ourselves at risk here.
Better to be safe than sorry, really. Yep. As we were signing the documents, the Hertz agent was extremely nice, and she made quite a few suggestions of some sites to see. So we ended up, after Fátima, we stopped at Nazaré and Peniche. And we
can't wait to show you that. But before we do, it's really interesting. We walked into Hertz, and she was so pleasurable that we said, hey, we'd like to take a photo of you and I'll put it on our YouTube channel. And she said, hey,
please, no.
We're an American, this is an American-owned company. You are not allowed to take photos or video in the Hertz Center. And she said it's actually in our employee contract that if we have photos that we could be disciplined or fined. I can't remember all the details. But I was a little shocked and frankly disappointed by that, that American-owned companies really, you know, treat the employees that way. But anyway, we were off to the car. So we signed up, it was 55 euro, and we started walking down into the garage here, as you can see.
And we took some time to look around the car. We ended up getting a Fiat, and that's a little small car that I'd always wanted to take a ride in.
She thought it was cute, so we asked for it specifically.
So we did, and it was good. So
as you can see, walking around the car here, really cute little car, and little definitely fits and cute fits, and we jumped in the car basically, and we were on our way. We thought the car was going to be really convenient because with the size of it, we think, you know what, we don't even have to leave it sitting here. We can pack it up and put it in our Dora the Explorer backpack. So it was really, really small, but
it was cute.
It was cute. This is no doubt the smallest car that I've ever been in, that I've ever driven. But it is, you know, once you're inside of a car this small, it doesn't seem that small. I mean, you're pretty much, you know, you're sitting in a driver's seat just like you would in a big car, so it doesn't really feel any different. The hood is obviously a little bit smaller. I've gotten used to the clutch, so I'm not snatching and knocking our teeth out. but I haven't gone dead yet.
Good job.
I feel like a European. We keep going through the radio stations, and you get quite a bit of kind of new music, English-speaking music as well. But we've yet to hear hosts speaking English, so we'll tell you if we trip across that. Picking up right after we're scanning through the radio stations, we noticed that the car had Android Auto. So we plugged in Android Auto, and when we do, of course, it says, hey, you can't get this fully functioning unless you come to a complete stop. Well, on the main motorway, there was no pull-off area for the main stop, so we decided, you know what, we'll pull off the next exit,
which took us out of the way around about 10 miles out of the way.
It was not an exit. It was an exit across the bridges that carry you to the other side of
it was
Lisbon.
A nice
it was a
detour.
beautiful drive over the bridges.
Unless you're actually there, you can't really see how amazing the bridge was.
Yep, so that was cool. So as I said, I'm sure this is just the first of many, many wrong turns we'll take somewhere in the future. So nice little set of adventure. We got up, pulled off, got Android Auto on so we could see GPS in front of us without looking down into our lap, and we were off once again. On the drive, we did notice that as we were traveling along, we were trying to absorb, the speed limit signs, making sure we were following the speed limit signs, and
the cars were going really fast. They just blew our doors off.
I mean, literally, the whole car would shake.
It would. It was like we were doing a pirouette in this tiny little car.
Just kind of picture Mario Kart. This little bitty cart, and you're spinning around when these guys come past you, right? I mean, they were flying, but we were just in a leisure driving mode. We were enjoying the drive. We finally arrived at Fátima.
Yes.
The car dealership, and again, we're not going to show you the car. Here's a picture of the car dealership itself, and we were soon on our way.
On the drive, I noticed that there was a lot of really big windmills along the countryside, which I just absolutely love to see because it's clean energy, and I love that the country is going towards that. You can tell that this is a very eco-friendly country.
Yeah, definitely cool. So after the visit to the car dealership, we're back in the car and we were headed to Nazaré.
I think that's how you say it. Close enough, maybe.
Better than I would have pronounced it, right?
Nazaré.
Okay, so we start coming over the hill. You could see the ocean off in the distance, and
it was just unreal how beautiful the view was. I couldn't hardly wait to stop for us to get out and walk around and enjoy
so we
the sight.
Headed all the way down. We turned and it kind of went down literally the walkway, so you could see the tourists and you're at the beach. And lo and behold, in front of you is this massive cliff.
It was wild. It was just wild to see the houses right on the cliff. It's kind of scary, to imagine being one of the owners and every day is like, I hope the house doesn't fall off the cliff today.
Yeah, so it was really cool looking up there, and the camera in every instance doesn't do justice to the scope of what you actually see with your eyes. But these things were awesome. The water,
it was really cold. The sand was cold. I wanted to put my feet in the water just to kind of test it to see if it was cold or not. So anyway, it was really cold, but it was amazing.
Had a really
refreshing.
Blue tint to it.
Very blue. It was just so surreal. I mean, I hear a lot of people, say, that moment was such a surreal moment, but being there, it was surreal for me. It was just absolutely gorgeous. The water was this bluish green. It was just breathtaking, really. We keep using all these words that they're breathtaking, but it's really just an amazing sight to see.
Yeah, and one of the things I thought was really weird for me, and maybe you experienced this in different parts of the world, this first most noticeable time that ever occurred to me. You could feel the sun on you, just like you would if you were on the beach down in Florida. but the breeze coming over the ocean, most likely because the water in the ocean, it just chills the breeze, but the breeze coming off of the ocean was really chilly. So you had the sun coming down with heat, and the moment that the wind stopped blowing, you feel the sun radiating on you, but the breeze was so chilled. It was a different dynamic than I experienced in the United States, at least the places I've been. When the sun is out and you can feel that much sun, you typically felt warm breeze if you felt the breeze at all. So it was really unique.
It was. It felt perfect to me. The warm with the cool air. It was perfect sunbathing weather.
It would be, yeah. You'd absolutely get sunburned because you'd never know you got hot.
Yeah.
We packed up, we got our car back out of our Dora the Explorer backpack, we set it back down on the road, and we loaded ourselves in it, but we pulled up on Google Maps. We were not going the shortest way. We wanted to go to the way that was closest to the coast. Of course, that was slow and tedious, but
it was amazing. It was worth going out of the way.
Just take a look at this view here, in which you can see how much coastline there is. It was really, really beautiful, and some pictures of us smiling. Really happy to be here, right? Just really sincerely happy to be here.
Definitely. So we were off on our way to Peniche.
Yep. So on the way, we did get rural enough, I guess. We saw two different
sheep herders.
Which was cool. We did finally arrive in Peniche. Yeah, so looking at Peniche, as soon as you drive in, you could see the walls of an ancient fortress. It's not an island, it has a drive-in, but it's a big round structure. We can put a map up so people can see it. And we worked our way to the very western tip of it, and we arrived
at Baranda de Pilatos.
Yeah, so I gotta spend a moment with this. We use words to describe. We say this is magnificent, and this is awesome, and we love these things, and we use these words like all the time, right? This is a great meal, or this is fantastic, and all these things. The words pale in comparison to the use where we use them here. This thing, the size of the cliffs, the camera never does it justice, but the size of the cliffs, how far the rolling waves were down from the size of the cliff, it was unbelievable. I really don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. I've been on the coast in California, I have seen the cliffs, but just nothing like this, and it was literally breathtaking.
It was gorgeous and scary at the same time because it was very windy, and you want to get a little bit close, so you can kind of see over the cliff.
Oh my goodness. It actually does have steps built in right here. Just because
Danger's my middle name.
Are you?
Yeah, you go.
You want me to go? Well, they got handles over here for something. Oh, man. That is amazing.
His first name is
Safety.
Look at those
Shake my stomach.
Shake.
Let's save that shit for another day. That is nerve-wracking. My goodness gracious. That goes into a little hole right there. You can stand in. But it ain't that important to me. I can see it all from up here. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful sight. Hey, we live here. Oh my goodness, that is nuts. Here's kind of the last footage. We're walking up to the edge. I'm walking up to the edge, and here's the footage. This is remarkable. You see this giant rock sitting in front of you. But these videos are just breathtaking. If you were actually there, we will definitely
go back again.
Yeah,
right?
we will definitely have a Airbnb somewhere on this part of the country. This is by far more magnificent than anything in Lisbon. Not to degrade Lisbon, this was magnificent.
It's just a different depth of the beauty that Portugal offers.
Oh, very nicely said. Very nicely said. So the trip had to come to an end. Once again, pulled the car out of our Dora Explorer backpack and set it back down on the road. And we were off. I think we had about an hour and 20-minute drive to get back to Lisbon. And you know, we decided to take one final little test run here, which is we're back on the road again. We're tired. We want to get back to the room, and people are driving fast.
Really
the
fast.
Mario Kart race was still on, man. It was flying. And we finally said, you know what? Let's just see how fast these guys are going, right? So we're traveling 120 kilometers per hour, which is the speed limit, which is about 75 miles per hour, pretty much like you'd see in the United States. But people were just flying by us. Yes, beautiful sound effect. And by the way, it's the majority of the people, not the minority of the people. So it wasn't like there were, like being in Atlanta where two people will come flying by you on occasion. Like the majority of the people were passing us, so we, you know, hopped in the fast lane and started keeping up. And we had worked ourselves all the way up to about 150 kilometers per hour, which is about 90 miles per hour. And they were still going past us. They're probably close to 100 miles an hour. And you know what? I decided I didn't want to die in a lunchbox.
And I was like, go faster. And it's no wonder I've gotten more speeding tickets than he has.
Yes, so I basically slowly pulled myself over. I did travel more than 120 kilometers per hour for most of the trip, but not as fast as these guys were driving. So we made it back. We were safe. We parked the car, and you know, a little summary on this car. It was small, but it was really quiet on the inside.
Yeah.
It's just like any car that you'd have bought, full-size car. The suspension dealt really well with the bumpy roads, and pretty much the only thing you really kind of don't like, the good news is you got a really small engine, so you get really good gas mileage. I didn't do all those calculations exactly. However, when you have a 6-speed and you have a really small engine, you just don't have a lot of torque, so you're constantly changing gears. Basically, I was consistently changing gears to deal with the smaller roads and then going up hills and those things. You pretty much had to downshift all the time to keep the momentum. But otherwise, that was a fantastic experience.
It was great.
The car was great.
Yeah, amazing road trip.
The landscape was remarkable. It truly was remarkable. The company was great. At least that's what we tell ourselves, right? But we loved it, and we absolutely cannot wait to get back out and start driving this country.
Absolutely.
So we'll
hopefully he lets me drive.
And we can't wait to get back out to drive in this country. But anyway, look, we're going to wrap the video up. We hope you enjoyed our trip through our eyes, and we hope some of the footage is as astounding as the visuals when you're actually there. We think they'll be a little bit short, so you have to get yourself in a car and get over and look over these cliffs yourself to understand what we're trying to describe. So if you enjoyed our video,
please give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
If you're my sons, you know what I mean. If you know, you know.
But if not, just thumbs up.
Yep,
and
thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button as well.
And thank you for experiencing our trip with us, and more video content to come. And have a fantastic day.